Hey everyone, welcome back, focused learners. Today, we're jumping right into part 8 of our 10-part explainer series, Machine Learning for IT Professionals, a Foundation. Brought to you by Virtualization Options, LLC. They're a fantastic Colorado-based research, education, and advisory organization. This tutorial is built specifically for you, the IT pro. In this chapter, we are bridging the gap between lofty data science terminology and your practical daily IT reality. So if you've been watching the AI landscape evolve and wondering, okay, but how does this actually apply to my day-to-day infrastructure and monitoring tasks? Well, you are in the exact right place. Let's get into it.
We need to kick off Chapter 8 with a massive wake-up call right out of the gate. 70%. That's right, 70% of enterprises already use machine learning-powered tools in their IT stack. This ML revolution isn't some distant concept coming in the next 5 years. It is already running in your environment today, whether it's powering your smart monitoring dashboards or managing your automated ticketing systems.
So here is our roadmap for today. 1. The ML shift in IT. 2. Understanding how ML works. 3. Core algorithms to know. 4. The feature engineering advantage. 5. AI ops and ML pipelines. And finally, number 6, your next steps.
All right, let's dive straight into Section 1, the ML shift in IT.
We have to address the elephant in the room regarding how our jobs as IT professionals are fundamentally changing. For years, we've basically just been the consumers of vendor tools, but that dynamic has shifted in a big way. You're no longer just consuming machine learning. You are increasingly expected to actually deploy, manage, and troubleshoot these automated tools. I mean, think about it. When a predictive maintenance model suddenly flags a false positive and wakes up an on-call engineer at 3 a.m., you absolutely need to know why that happened. Operational ownership demands a foundational understanding. You simply can't manage a black box effectively.
Moving right along to Section 2, understanding how ML works.
Let's look at how this new approach completely flips the script on traditional IT. In the old way, traditional programming, you, the human, sit down and write explicit rules. You encode all the logic manually. The problem? Those rules are incredibly brittle. A weird edge case pops up and breaks them, and they just scale poorly. But with machine learning, you feed the computer the data and your desired output, and the computer actually learns the rules itself. The patterns just naturally emerge from the examples you give it. It adapts as new data arrives, and it scales effortlessly. It's a totally different paradigm. To understand exactly how the computer learns those rules, we break it down into 3 main learning types. First up is supervised learning, which is definitely what you'll see most often in IT. This trains on labeled data, meaning you give it inputs paired right alongside the correct answers. Next is unsupervised learning. This one finds structure in completely unlabeled data. It just looks for hidden anomalies or groups users together. And finally, reinforcement learning, where an agent learns through trial and error, reward-based feedback. The ultimate takeaway here is that ML is not here to replace your IT logic, it just automates pattern recognition at a scale that's humanly impossible.
Let's shift gears to Section 3, core algorithms to know.
Don't worry, nobody expects you to go build these from scratch in Python today, but you absolutely must understand their IT applications, so you can collaborate effectively with your data science teams. Let's start with regression. Regression is all about predicting continuous numeric values. Think about what that means for your daily operations. Instead of sitting around waiting for a CPU spike to trigger an alert, regression algorithms analyze historical trends to actually forecast your server's CPU load or memory utilization over time. It takes your capacity planning from a stressful reactive scramble and turns it into a smooth, proactive process.
Next, we have classification. Just like the name implies, it assigns inputs into discrete, distinct categories. You encounter this literally every single day. Is this email spam or is it legitimate? Is this real-time network traffic totally normal or is it malicious? Classification models draw a strict line in the sand based on their training data, allowing your IT security teams to filter out the noise and focus entirely on real threats. And the third core algorithm you need to know is clustering. Remember unsupervised learning from just a minute ago? This is where that shines. Clustering groups similar items together without needing any predefined labels. If you're managing thousands of IoT devices or network switches, a clustering algorithm can identify groups with similar failure profiles or segment out really weird user behaviors. It points you towards structural issues you didn't even know you should be looking for. All right, let's look at Section 4, the feature engineering advantage. This is the part where your existing expertise becomes your absolute greatest asset. The golden rule of data science and machine learning is incredibly simple. Garbage in, garbage out. These ML models are completely blind without good data. They are only as good as the raw information fed into them. And as we all know, raw IT data, system logs, event streams, network packets is almost never clean. It's super messy, it's noisy, and it totally lacks context.
And this is exactly where you come in. Feature engineering is simply the process of transforming that messy raw data into a format the model can actually understand and learn from. Look, a data scientist might not know what a massive spike in disk I/O means for your specific database cluster, but you do. If you take a raw Unix timestamp and transform it into contextual features like hour of day or is weekend, you give the model the operational context it desperately needs. That one simple translation is very often the deciding factor between an ML model detecting a critical anomaly and missing it entirely.
Now for Section 5, AI Ops and ML Pipeline.
Let's take all these concepts out of the abstract and drop them directly into your workflow. AI Ops, or artificial intelligence for IT operations, solves the headaches you face every single day. Think about anomaly detection flagging unusual network spikes before they turn into full-blown outages. Or consider log analysis. Instead of frantically running grep queries manually against millions of log lines during a stressful outage, natural language processing models can parse those logs and surface the root cause in absolute seconds. It practically eliminates alert fatigue and makes true predictive maintenance a reality.
So, how are these models actually built and deployed? Honestly, just think of the ML lifecycle like a standard IT runbook. Step 1, define the problem. What exactly are we trying to predict? Step 2, collect and clean the data from your monitoring tools and CMDBs. Step 3, choose a model. Start simple. Decision trees are incredibly fast and effective. And Step 4, train the model on historical data and evaluate its accuracy. See, it's a structured, highly logical process. To manage that whole life cycle, we rely on the modern MLOps tooling stack. You'll likely encounter these platforms quite a bit as you take on more operational ownership. We're talking about tools like MLflow for tracking your model experiments, Kubeflow for running Kubernetes native pipelines, and massive end-to-end managed platforms like AWS SageMaker and Azure ML. These tools handle the automated retraining and drift monitoring to ensure your models stay sharp and don't degrade over time.
Which brings us to our final section, number 6, your next steps.
Because look, knowledge is great, but application is what truly matters in IT. The absolute best part here is that you don't need to spin up some complex, expensive AWS environment to get started. Start right inside your existing stack. Look at the tools you log into every single morning. Dynatrace, Splunk, Datadog. Almost all of these enterprise platforms have powerful machine learning features running quietly under the hood right now. Turn them on, observe the anomalies they flag, reverse engineer why the model made the decision it did. From there, actively build your skills. There are incredible, low-cost or completely free foundational courses out there from Google, AWS, and Coursera designed specifically for technical professionals. And honestly, most importantly, go partner with your data science team. They know the math, sure, but they desperately need your operational expertise. They need you for reliability, observability, and incident response. It is the perfect partnership.
I'm going to leave you with this final thought. The machine learning revolution in IT operations is not waiting around for anyone. Every single week you wait to understand these systems is a week of compounding advantage that someone else is building. So, look at your infrastructure, look at your messy log data, and ask yourself, what compounding advantage will you build today? Thanks for joining us for Chapter 8, Focused Learners. We will see you in the next one.